Welcome to another edition of the Fatu Network News Review. Today, 24th January 2019, I am Omar Wali. And I'll be talking to Dusano. He was caught handing out t-shirts to soldiers from the Fajara military barracks. I will get a reaction from the military spokesperson and a few other people as well. And the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency also destroyed some drugs today. We will get a story filed in by our reporter. But before that, I will start with the newspapers, and the Standard is reporting that Juve Snoop Jawara in Dakar. Tijan Toure, a member of Presidential Guard at the time of the 1994 coup d'etat, has revealed to the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission that the former Senegalese President Abdou Diouf has snooped President Jawara when he later arrived in Dakar on board American warship. According to Toure, Jawara tried to find ways to revising the coup but couldn't crawl support from the Senegalese president, who had marshaled troops to reinstate him following the 1981 aborted coup d'etat. You may remember Jawara was out of the country at the time, and when Kouroukoui Samba Sanyang staged a coup, but with the help of the Senegalese troops, they were in and Jawara was brought back into the country. And in his testimony, Toure said, he said Sir Dawda was not happy in Senegal, and that was why he did not seek political asylum during his stay in Dakar. And Toure went on to say that Toure, who made this appearance at the TRRC via Skype from his base in the United Kingdom, revealed that on the fateful day morning, that is the 22nd July 1994, when he reported to work at State House, he received information of a coup with soldiers marching towards Banjul. He said the moment later, the president and his family and some cabinet ministers were rushed to the marine unit where they board the American warship, convinced that the warship, which incidentally was in the country for training with the Gambian National Army, was in the Gambia to train the Gambian National Army, but will stop the rebels from crossing into Denton Bridge. He was told that the ship was here to train the personnel of the Gambian National Army, but will intervene and quell the coup d'etat. PPP Njai faction to meet Monday over resignation calls. The former leader of the PPP party, Omar Amadou Jallo, has confirmed to the Standard that the new leadership of Papa Njai will convene a meeting on Monday to react to calls from the splinter group of the party for the new executive to resign. We will meet on Monday to respond to them, and be rest assured that the media will be duly informed, Oji Jallo said over a telephone interview. And meanwhile, Mr. Njai, Papa Njai, who also confirmed to the Standard that the party will meet to come up with a response to the splinter group claims, but he refused to comment any further. The trial of GDC National Assembly member and co proceeds. That is the trial of the opposition Gambia Democratic Congress National Assembly member for Nyamina West Demba Sow and four others proceed yesterday before Justice Bakri of the High Court Annex in Banjul with cross-examination of the second prosecution witness, Bekai Tunkara. Mr. Sow is standing trial along with one Omis Safiatou Jallo, Ibrahima Kebe, Sheikh Dauda York, Alpha Kante and Kemo Fati on charges that they conspire among themselves to deceive one Mohamed Tunkara, a Gambian based in the United Kingdom, and his partner by collecting the sum of 161,000 US dollars on the pretext that they were going to sell him 50 kilograms of gold, value at 1.5 million. The charges they all deny. And a Senegalese scholar expresses concern over the campaign finance. The Senegalese campaign finance system for presidential election poses a problem in the sense that it abruptly broke the political consciousness in the country. Professor Kadir Bey, former rector at the University of Sheikh Anta Diop of Dakar, said on Wednesday. He said, and I quote, "The sponsorship system for the presidential election fundamentally questioned the eligibility rules that were previously enforced. This scheme marks the brutal break with the political conscience that has been in effect since 1992, Professor Boy said." And on this Point newspaper, Sanyang residents chase away a mining company, that is the Sanyang Village Development Community, VDC, on Monday 21st January denied a mining company, a private-owned sand mining company unit from mining white sand from the source of the village. This is the latest episode in the continuous protest by residents against any sand mining activities at the Combo South settlement. However, the move comes after the said company was alleged to have been engaged in illegal sand mining in the area without any formal agreement with the residents. Reports have it that the said company was issued a license by a geological department to engage in any mining activities in the area called Hauber, which was eventually closed down by residents citing some irregularities. And security prepares ahead of the OIC summit. The Gambia Traffic Management and the VIP personnel on Wednesday, 23rd January, graduated from the training conducted by the Turkish police in preparation for the upcoming OIC summit, which will be held in the Gambia in November 2019. And retired Colonel Baji disagrees with TRRC's anonymous witness. The retired Colonel Mamadou Baji has refuted the evidence advanced by the TRRC's anonymous witness, saying that his recollection made some allegations without any basis and malicious present as the means of misleading the local as well as international audience, targeting the Truth, Reconciliation and the Reparation Commission. You may remember anonymous witness testified at the TRRC, and in his testimony, the witness said Mamadou Baji and the former head of the Gambian military, Baboucarr Jatta, were present when the soldiers were being executed at the Yundum military barracks, claims denied by Baji. And the Foria is reporting that residents, vendors complain of foul odor at Bakote market. The residents of Bakote who live close to the market called Marsengala on Tuesday, January 22nd, 2019, have complained about an overloaded and leaking soakaway that affect them and other passerbyers. Residents said they will raise the concern to the Kanifi Municipal Council officials about the leakage of soakaway, but have not received any response at the time of the issue of this in the print. As the time of going to the press, visiting the site, the said market, this reporter noticed that the soakaway was overflowed with content of raw sewage with foul smells and stench that cannot be described. Wuli is National Assembly member donated to Sudukoba community. The National Assembly member for Wuli is Suwaibu Ture. Recently donated medical items to Sudukoba Community Clinic. The $10,000 worth of drugs was meant to help people in the area to have access to effective and efficient healthcare service. And the Foria also is reporting an ex-presidential guard on the Jawara give testimony, that is Tijan Toure, who was an ex-guard to the former President Dauda Kairaba Jawara. The 1994 coup is a mutiny, the same story, and from Tijan Toure, the former bodyguard to ex-President Jawara, has slammed the 1994 coup as a mutiny while giving testimonies via Skype in the United Kingdom on Wednesday. I look at the coup like a mutiny of a disgruntled soldiers. If there was a resistance, there wouldn't have been a coup, he told the commission. He added that the rebels, as he put it, and I quote, the rebels I would call them were like rebels. They torn out their berries. You could not identify who is the soldier or from where, and if there was a resistance, the coup wouldn't have been successful, he told the commission. And Gambia to re-strategize the Root Festival. Honorable Hamad Ba, the Minister of Tourism and Culture, and has said that, disclosed that his ministry will re-strategize the Root Festival that was taking place in the country by the former President Yahya Jammeh to a new cultural perception. Hamad Ba, who doubled as the leader and the Secretary General of the NRP, made the revelations during the inaugural ceremony of the new board of Ministry of Tourism and Culture held at Quadrangle in Banjul. The Voice also is reporting that Turkish police trained 30 Gambia police on VIP protection. That's all we have for you today, and we'll move on to a story that the Law Enforcement Agency on Thursday held their annual drug destruction exercise as part of the strategic measures to strengthen the actions and corporations to achieve a goal of a society free of drugs. Our reporter Mami Sedikan was the ANC file in this report.
Hey, what are you doing here?
I'm going to replace my AfriCell 3G SIM card.
Why use a 3G SIM card when you have a 4G phone? Replace your 3G SIM card today for the real AfriCell 4G SIM and receive 1 GB of internet data for free.
Really?
Yes, get 1 GB for free just by replacing your SIM card at any AfriCell outlet. With no loss of contact, the cost of bundle from the 3G SIM card is the same for the 4G SIM. And guess what? With the 4G SIM card, you can also connect to the 3G network as well.
This is so cool. I'll replace my 3G SIM card right away to the real 4G SIM and receive my very own 1 GB for free.
From AfriCell, it's always real and it's for free.
Where AfriCell goes, no one has the speed to follow.
Drug trafficking is a threat to national security. Those were the words of Bakari Gassama, the Director General of Law Enforcement Agency. He made those remarks at the annual drug destruction exercise. Gassama, however, dilated on the negative impacts of illicit drugs.
Adverse impact of trafficking and abuse of illicit drugs in the Gambia is effectively under control. This impact manifests itself in many ways, some of which may not be ordinarily visible. It is therefore not always a straightforward task to articulate the full extent and nature of harm caused by illicit drugs. It is, however, safe to state that the impact on the Gambia and the world substantially requires the combined efforts of all law enforcement agencies, government institutions, civil society, media, and the general public to meet the numerous challenges of drugs that threatens all layers of society. I therefore invite all residents in this country to participate in this noble campaign. This way, no crime will go undetected. Failing to report drug dealers amounts to self-victimization, and certainly they will catch up with you either directly or indirectly. We are about to witness the destruction of 2 tons, 990 kilos of cannabis sativa, 131 grams, 600 milligrams of cocaine, 7 grams, 100 milligrams of heroin, and 560 grams of hashish.
Also speaking at the event was the chairman of the Board of Governors, Gay Sow, who spoke on his board's commitment in building capacities for drug reduction.
Over the years, the Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the Gambia, has worked closely with management in providing the necessary policy guidance geared towards preparing the agency to serve as the main driver of drug responses in this country. As a board, we are committed to provide strategic direction in building capacity for drug law enforcement, drug demand reduction, access and control. This will enhance and enable tactical operation coordination and effective management. In this drive, as a board, we have provided a systematic policy oversight, monitoring and evaluation, and have also shared observations with management for continuous improvement.
The Gaitaf Special Economic Zone is a 160-hectare mixed-use business park strategically located within the boundaries of Banjul International Airport, the Gambia. It is the only economic zone located within an airport in West Africa. Gaitaf Special Economic Zone is segmented into 4 separate zones: Commercial Zone, Industrial and Light Manufacturing, Logistics and Warehousing, Residential Zone. It is a highly secured economic zone with top-notch infrastructure, with eco-friendly buildings and beautiful landscaping. With attractive incentives and access to a pool of labor within the Gambia and the sub-region, the Gaitaf Special Economic Zone has already completed warehouses available to investors. Located less than 30 minutes away from the international seaport of Banjul, investors in the Special Economic Zone will enjoy a unique proximity to major markets around the world, including Africa, Europe, America, and Asia. For additional information, please visit www.gaitaf.com.
Oh, welcome back. That was a story by Mami Sedikan there. the destructions of drug at today, their annual drug destruction. Now on the line I have Du Sano with me. He has been accused of handing out T-shirts to military personnel. Hello Du.
Hello Omar.
Tilibulo wenyadi.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
Okay. Nga kibaro le soto bi ko. T-shirtol du seno le yole di sojaro le yole di sojaro le bi fo le soto tabang.
Nga T-shirtol di la le.
Okay. Yeah, même fo lam ko dozens of T-shirts le di sojaro men yalon ko be sila kam fitola num. So mol ko etla do ko banyam as an presidential advisor, deputy presidential advisor. Imanya na kala moti men ngalon ko nyanda ko sifalek. So mune ko munati na yo yenen T-shirtol fangol dio sojarol.
Omar.
Yeah.
Mbafula wo moli e gafo ko ma menyanta. Ngamera ko nibula da bi hanne ko kundi naka mu yalon ko afike moli e kayro di safo ko nyimma nyang. Bare ndamam fefendi na jeje mu yalon ko yetari ye sojarol tari be do ko la. Mu yalon ko moli nyanta kala ye kontan. Yefem bondi mu yalon ko T-shirtol lamu. And manke T-shirt mu yalon ko safo ko man it belongs to a political party.
Okay.
T-shirtol mu yalon party symbol tabala. T-shirtol mem president babala mbota occasion mem kunna. T-shirtol natalo mem babala marina de wala mu development sankol mu yalon ko wala so kabala me yalon wala be den bridge nyinna. Pour fana mane no ko bondi ka ditol la ka fo ala di alla dimba yalla pour ya dum ila kontano kamala. Nyimbanke politikoti ndol politique party mantari ndol bulo kono mantari time politique to man politique time soto nothing absolutely ngap men dila wala mu nyinte Senegambia bridge sojarol lum ngadi tella andum fana molle fana muyti gamba de la muyti andu ngamra dia entitled to it if it is politics ndol mebula politique kono andum madi la politique kam ndama di la politique kam ngadi la pour nyin kam la yadi la dimba yalla wala to tutante bulo kono men bigeto ngege be do go men nan kontanta man penso non si men dino ila ngom bad nga nyin dila pour nyin kama ya dila dimbayal la ma foko e fangli ya dum na dia de fangli ya dum nyi banka political T-shirt
but mojama ka memfo ani mojama la konsal momenti esi fendo dino la munane fengol be ko eta fala fente de bulo hanni ko do kula ko numbara oka sile par munane yeddandi ko men dila barolantalo babal way fenne min comme pour ka sembo kafo ko ka sembo ni president
ni baron natalo ba wo fengo je soja fengo ni bala baro jumanam president ni banku kan ni tembeng bayra manguli politiko la
barolem president
for sojarol nu they are not entitled to baroba
they are entitled be menna luntan na subukulu tombong le fisar la taka boti
ba lafta danon to ko indi lay
okay
wona mu nyinti ko sojaro amanto mu ya lonko dimbayal be bulo kono meliano wol manke soljati sojaro la fanana etel mu wala alfal and wol fanandol be ni dir nyin tisadol la jamale nata ya fanye jamala fanan sulatala nadaren tambito jeto mane no ko nimbara be tiada jela bari nadare ko fem fanan be bulo kono mu ya lonko tadi no dimbal ya appreciate ni manke politique kuti political party symbol tabala nothing absolutely I don't think so it's a crime.
You don't think it's a crime, but number one, eco, come like mole natea, dol ko ila fati sado nyinale. But fetela responsibility because it is presidential advisor. Fetela nyanda ka t-shirt dio mola ba. And secondly, hanna teri nyanda ka t-shirt le feta tamini no la sojar kunda labang dan yello silo kang eko al hin.
Ni manke ka dosi don mem fam fa tesa to fa ngamen dila memben de kunyunje. O ma ham tan hane 20 t-shirt o fangana. So ebe du senol folo la ya nan 20 t-shirt o fam magica asi.
Bardu
so be keno la diseno di nyadile.
Du yamera luntan na subukulu tombon wala man fisala taka boti bang.
Wala ni luntan subukulu tombon sila do temmo menda tombon da men do meya bala muna meya mambala ba.
Nka memfo wala mko because mol kan memfo ilafta sojar le da bon nin ko to jamela waro nin nekeda so nin sifal keda be encourage la ko de ka dun nin ko kono
no ndol man sojar bulandin na politiko kono andon te sojar bulandan na politiko kono naadar ko ni mu fennede mu yalon ko political party kula mu nyinti wala political symbol le babala ndati la mo kelinna bot ni manke politique ti nation building na mutti sa don mem bota pour ka ko nyilta mane no ka kidiman di ñofe ka ñarandi ñofe andu tol fana mu ganda demulet if it is political party symbol lamu den non dati la kilinna itol dodo kono ko malabi ye dunna politiko kono andi de dunna politiko kono ila constitutional right lamu ni wato sida secretly itol flat nyanta kilina dawdan di yetli wotola bar ñi manke woti.
Thank you so much, Duru. Abarka Bake.
Abaraka. Thank you.
That is Du Sano there. That is the Deputy Political Advisor to President Adama Barrow. He is also part of the Barrow Youth for National Development. He handed out T-shirts today near Stop Step. So now I have the military spokesperson on the line, Major Lamin Kesanya. Hello, Piero.
Yes, good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir. How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah, we're doing fine.
Okay. I just spoke to Du Sanwo now in reference to T-shirts he allegedly handed out to personnel of the Gambia Armed Forces.
Yes.
Can you confirm this story? And what has been the reaction of the military?
What actually happened is just now that the story is becoming clearer to us because the stories have already reported back to Fajara.
Okay.
So actually, while they were cleaning along the Westfield, Tabokoto, and Tubanjul road, just by Stop Step, people were tearing them up, and then all of a sudden, I think the vehicle stopped. Somebody came out and then, gave them a packet of a packet containing what looked like some kind of T-shirts.
Okay.
So the senior man on the ground was given this, and then he put it on the bus that they came with. So until when they were done, they went back to the barracks and handed over these items to their commanding officer. So when he looked at the T-shirts, looked at what is inside the packet, it turned out to be like T-shirts with the picture of Senegalese President, His Excellency Macky Sall, and our President, His Excellency Adama Barrow. And also at the back of the T-shirt was the bridge, the Senegambia bridge that was just inaugurated, and also written at the back 21st January 2019. I think the T-shirt had to do with the opening ceremony of the bridge. So in a nutshell, that was what happened. They did not even know who gave them these T-shirts, as supported by your paper, that is Lusano.
Okay.
Some of these people, they don't even know him. Even myself, I don't even know him. So that was what happened.
Should military personnel, being officers or men, should they be receiving packages from people, especially you are on exercise and somebody just walk in and give you a package? Is it morally right? Is it ethical?
Well, it depends on what package you are talking about, because sometimes when they are cleaning along the way, somebody, they just give them like water, for them to drink, all kind of stuff. But when they got this package, it's standard procedure. You don't just reject it outside like that, because that's also not, I don't know how you call it. It's not Gambian, sort of.
Yeah, the military
it may be frowned upon because you don't know what it entails. But then they looked at it; it was not looking threatening, so they took it and then put it on their bus. But nobody even wore any of the T-shirts or whatever until when they got to the camp and showed it to their CEO. So who took it and then they realized that this is about the opening of the bridge in Parasenya.
Okay, you talked about that, but so what happened to those the T-shirts now? Because what will happen to those T-shirts now?
Well, the packets were given to the men, and then they were strictly worn because it's not part of our military attire. So if they can probably give it to their family members or maybe friends or loved ones, but they may not be worn during working hours also.
So what should militaries avoid such things so that their credibility will not be compromised?
Well, I don't think this has anything that has to dent our credibility. Because like I said, people will be passing by. It's like a community kind of work. This is also good for our civil-military relations in helping the community clean their environment. So the KMC had this activity going and invited the Fajara Barracks to come and give a helping hand. And this has not been the first time we are engaged in this kind of activities. So, it's in fact constitutional that if civil authority asks for our help, that we respond in like manner. So that's how they came. And then people were passing by. People would sometimes give us water to drink. Some even buy us food. So I don't think it would be ethical also, or even human, to reject such kind of things. So in that kind of thing, things like this can come, like this, somebody giving them this packet of what looks like T-shirts. So I don't know.
Can't the Gambia Armed Forces provide water and food to your people when they are cleaning the streets to avoid all these things?
We do. We give them all the logistics, the food. They give them breakfast from the camp before they leave, and even while on the exercise itself, we give them water to drink. During this this exercise in cleaning the nation, we also provide all those facilities to our men. So it's not like because we don't have them, that is why we are being given these. No. But that also doesn't mean that if somebody comes and offers it, you have to reject it outright. That's not Gambian, Omar. I think we have to be frank to ourselves about that. Somebody has just come and see you are working. It's Gambian. Somebody comes and says, Himbara. Do you reject it?
No.
In fact, besides, you don't even know who the person is. So for these people, it's like the passerby was just passing by, and gave them this. So, and they did not even tamper with it. They did not even open it. Which is protocol. They left it in their bus. When they got to the CO, they said, well, this is what we have been given.
I got a report from my colleague, Lamin Jai. He said initially when he spoke to you, you denied, but now you are confirming.
No, because that time we did not get all these facts, because I told him that we did not receive it.
Okay.
So that was what we got at that time. So now I spoke to the CO after the men had gone back to the press, and this is what he told me.
Thank you so much, Piero, for your time.
Okay, you're welcome.
That is the Army spokesperson there, Major Lamin K. Sanyang, shedding light on the T-shirts allegedly given to the military personnel by Du Sano, the deputy political advisor to President Adama Barrow. I think we have somebody on the line. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Mr. Jeng, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Omar.
Yes.
Mangi
fine. Naka nga def?
I'm doing well. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
I'm at the plantation. So.
Sugarcane plantation or what?
Yeah, I'm at work.
You're at work. Alhamdulillah. Yeah. So that is Musa Jeng there in the US. So the Senegambia Bridge was commissioned on Monday. There's been a lot of talks and so on. So you tell me, what does this mean for you? After years of push and pull between the Gambia and Senegal, the drivers, goods will perish and so on. What does the coming of this bridge mean for you?
Okay, I'm not hearing you very clearly.
I'm talking about the Senegambia bridge.
Yeah, I had a little bit of it.
All right. I said it was commissioned on Monday by the leaders of this country, Gambia and Senegal. And initially, they were push and pull between these two countries. Now that the bridge is there, goods will not perish, people will not spend long hours on the queues. What does this mean for these two countries?
Omar, I think that something like this is the best thing that can happen to the Senegambian region. And I don't know of anybody who, in his right mind, will even have a problem with this. I mean, you're talking about, a bridge that would basically connect the Gambia and Senegal. And we all know how it used to be going all the way back to the 70s, even traveling from the provinces, trying to go to Banjul. This was before you have the North Bank road that was finally built.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes you 4 to 5 hours just coming from Kaur to the Greater Banjul area. And you're talking about a bridge that will connect the Gambia from the South Bank. And then, of course, our relationship with Senegal. And I think with this bridge, I listened to the president and the argument that he made. In as much as usually I disagree with him, I think he was on point. I mean, this will bring the two countries together. The economic opportunities are there. I mean, building a relationship. And then, I mean, when you talk about integration, like the president really highlighted in his speech, it has to start from somewhere. And I think that's exactly what this bridge would do. I don't think there is anybody who has a problem with it. Now, I understand the little bit of differences that people have as far as the naming of the bridge.
Yeah.
But I don't think that is important. And I think it's a good gesture. Call it the Senegambia Bridge. Both countries invest in it. Both countries believe that something like this will bring the two nations together. So to call it the Senegambia Bridge, I don't think that's a problem at all. And again, I understand the politics of it. But the whole idea that, well, it used to be called Transgambia. I mean, in one of my postings, I said, we never had a bridge there. What we had was a ferry crossing that was called Transgambia. Some call it Bambatenda, Yilitenda crossing. I mean, I get that. But what we have here is something new. It's a bridge that both countries invested in it. And I think, I mean, to reciprocate like the president did and call it Senegambia, to show the Senegalese that we are in this together, I mean, I think that's a positive gesture. I mean, that is the beginning. And I call the beginning of the two countries coming together. And again, Omar, just very quickly, if we're ever going to build a new Gambia and Gambia to become a middle-income country, these two countries are going to do some things, some fundamental things, some economic integration of some sort. I mean, Gambians are not stupid. We have people that are good at these things. And I think this is the beginning. And I hope our government would be looking forward to bringing these two nations together, Omar.
Before you go, let me ask you a quick question here. The Deputy Political Advisor to President Barrow, Dusano, gave out T-shirts to military personnel today as he was passing by. And it has generated a lot of talks on the social media as we speak. What is your reaction to this? Should the military or should the Deputy Political Advisor give T-shirts, or should our military stay out of politics?
Well, when I first saw this story on social media, I was like, oh my God, we are back at it again. Here you have, just like the experience we had during the time of Jammeh, what we want is an independent security apparatus. We don't want a sitting government of any sort having an influence to say whether it's the army or the police for that matter. We want an independent army. But now, when I listen to Dusano, and I even just listen to the PRO, I also, maybe there's a little bit of overreaction. I think it was more coincidental.
Okay.
Here they were in a van, and then they passed these people, and he decided to give them T-shirts. You know, I don't think it was kind of premeditated. But the action itself, I think, should be frowned upon. And to send a message to President Barrow, and that, look, that's the Gambia of yesterday. The Gambia of today, these are things that we are not going to tolerate of any sort. And it's sad that the Dusanos of this world, I mean, they're up there. People, I mean, a political advisor this, political advisor that. These are characters that are not good for our democracy, Omar. These are not serious people. And it's sad that the transition government that we were looking for, the president looking for policy advisors, people who can actually make a difference in this new Gambia. But instead, what we have is political sycophancy. People who are all in it. I mean, people that are basically cheerleading to hijack, this transitional democracy that we built for it, that we fought for the past 20 years. It's so unfair. The name Dusano and Sidi Njai, these are characters that it's unfortunate, but they are not good for our democracy and what we are trying to do. But as far as the action is concerned, I'm thinking maybe it was more coincidental than anything else. As far as I know, just getting tidbits of info, your interview with him in the PRO as well.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jeng.
Hey, thank you, Omar. Appreciate it.
That is Mr. Musa Jeng there, also shedding light on the Senegambia Bridge, and that has been a controversy over the name, whether it should be Transgambia or Senegambia. And as you heard, do also shed light. He has said it was, like Musa said, it was coincidental. He was just passing and hand over T-shirts to the military person. We'll try to speak to one more person and see. From there, we'll end the program. Let's give a try. Hello? Hello? Well, as the camera crew try to get reach of the person, we'll just give you a recap. the Drug Law Enforcement Agency today destroyed some drugs at the Sin Corner along the Banjul-Serekunda Highway. And hello? Hello?
Yes.
Coach, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you?
Yes, I can.
All right.
Good afternoon to you.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Let's go to the point straight. Like I discussed with Musa regarding the bridge, but I will take you to this the TSAT issue that the Deputy Protocol Advisor handed out to military personnel. What is your reaction to this?
Well, unlike Musa, I would not call it an overreaction. I think the reaction is apt, given where we came from. There is a saying in Wolof that kundobin raisa mam so giselu nyul dawal. And this government, the Adama Barrow government, has been trying to copy a lot of things that Jammeh had done before. And I think these are giving is another thing. Listen, we need to have a professional military. We just listened today to ex-Captain Kambi, and what he said was apt, that we have to have an army that is professional. And I believe that we cannot have a professional security force when they are being toyed with by the executive, where they feel that these are people that can be handed out T-shirts and all that thing. That is not what they need. What they need is to be properly equipped, to be properly trained, so that at least we'll have at least a more professional army. So I'm not going to call it an overreaction. I believe the reaction is, in fact, underwhelming and not overwhelming.
So as far as you are concerned, this is something that should not happen or should not be encouraged?
It should not be encouraged at all, whether it's the T-shirts, whether it's the billboards. We saw about the billboards. We remember when Barrow just came in and we said, no, we don't want these billboards. They said, no, it was just done for an occasion. What do we have today? Anywhere you go to the Gambia today, there are billboards all over the place, littered with Barrow's face all over the place. So what I've noticed from Barrow and his government is, when they are giving an inch, they will take a yard. So I believe in the interest of our nation and trying to avoid anything that had transpired during Jammeh days, I think these are things that people must forcefully denounce. And I am not going to give them benefit of the doubt, because I've seen how he's been operating with especially his inner circle.
The military spokesperson said this is a no. From sometimes when the men are on cleaning exercise, people will come and give them food, some will give them water and so on. What do you think about that too? Do you think that's also going to compromise the military, or this is Gambian, it's normal in your Gambian society?
You see the issue, people giving them water and all that, that is one thing. But these are not just ordinary people who've decided, I'm going to give them T-shirts.
Right.
You know, it's not Omar Wali who just saw people standing and say, you know what, hey, I'm handing out these T-shirts here. That's a different thing. We have an executive. We've heard the president recently talking about his powers, the powers that he possesses, the security forces and all that stuff. So to me, the cynic in me is saying that it was a calculated move. And if it is not nipped in the bud, what we'll find is having military forces wearing Barrow's T-shirts, doing push-ups for him, just like they used to do for Jammeh. It cannot be encouraged. These are not just ordinary Gambians giving out T-shirts. This was given by Dusano, who happens to be, say, the deputy political advisor to the president, whatever that means. So to me, I don't see it as an isolated incident, definitely.
Okay, finally, before you go, what will be your final message?
My final message is especially to the security. And
not only the military, but to the security, all the securities.
No, the security, yeah. The thing is, listen, like Musa said, our goal is to have an army that is professional, a security force that is professional, and one that is not under the whims and caprices of any political leader for political. They cannot allow themselves to continue to be used as political tool. They've done that under Jammeh, and what does it earn them? Lack of respect from everybody. So this is the time for the military to understand their value, the security forces, and understand that their job is to protect the territorial integrity of our country, not to serve as a tool of any politician, whether it's the president or any subsequent president. That's my advice. I'm not asking them to be recalcitrant, but they should not chip in themselves to the extent where they can be toyed and used by anybody. So I hope that will be the case, and I hope the president and his government, my advice to them is to bring about the genuine security reforms that we need. And I believe one person that can help in that process, we've seen people like Tabi. You listen to him, you know that he has ideas. These are people, we cannot continue to have our military and our security forces be used as toys and be toyed with by political figures.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
That was Coach Pasamba Jao there in the United States. And viewers, that's all we have for you today. From me and my team, we thank you so much. Till next week, inshallah.